a lot of you are probably going to recognize this mine. And for those of you that don't, this mine is infamous for being haunted, or I should say supposedly haunted. For something like that, I thought we should come and see for ourselves if it's really haunted or not. Now, I'm here by myself, and I arrived as it's getting dark in an effort to maximize the creepiness factor for me. And I'm curious to see what will happen once we get inside. So, hope you'll join me as we find out what the Horton Mine has in store for us. That is definitely a big adit. Look at that. Alright. It's a bit wet. I'm gonna go put the waders on and we'll pick up right there. Alright, darkness is descending over the canyon behind me. As you can see. And we are inside the Horton Mine to see what sort of experiences await us. That's a view down the haulage at it. You can see the massive ventilation tubing to my left. And right here in front of me are the remains of a large conveyor system that was inside this haulage at it to get the ore out. So, punching in for a nighttime explorer of the Horton. Solo nighttime explorer. Alright. Here are the chains that supported the conveyor system, I believe. Oh, I could be wrong about that. I think that the wire there held up the ventilation tubing, and I think that these chains held up the conveyors. But I have to say, this is a very large adit. Could definitely drive a large vehicle back here. Still see the chains on my left. Alright, now it's starting to get misty. So we're starting to fulfill some of the requirements of a haunting experience. I did not think I was going to need the waders on this trip, but I'm very glad that I brought them. There's see where they punched off to the left there for some reason. Some bits of metal and stuff there. And carrying on. I hear rushing water in the distance. More mist. I have to say, this would be a good setting for a horror movie. I think those are light fixtures. This is a big adit, and all of the rock in here is very dark. And it's just sort of swallowing up the efforts of my flashlights. Got a headlamp in, excuse me, got a headlamp on, and yeah, those are obviously lights that are hanging down off the ceiling. Anyway, as I was saying, that the dark rock in here is exceeding the capabilities of my handheld flashlight and the light on my helmet. Alright, we're getting close to the sound of the rushing water. Ventilation tubing is turned into metal. And let's see. So, a bunch of stuff that came down there. You can go look at that in a minute. And then in front of me, that's where the rushing water is coming from. The water is pretty deep right here. Sorry, I'm getting bogged down in the mud. Alright. So, let me explain what you're seeing here. That is a massive ore chute that dumped the ore down from up top, and it would hit this, I'm sure the right word for it. This is where the conveyor belt started, and so the ore would drop down from above, drop down onto the conveyor, and you carry it out this way. And you just have to use your imagination that there was a conveyor belt here. Here's another view of that that ore system. Again, the ore would come out there on the conveyor, which would get hauled down the adit and out that way. And like I said, that's the giant ore chute there. Anyway, like, there's a ton of water coming down, so I'm not going to get under this. But there's another look up at it. I'm going to climb up the ladder here and see if there's anything worth seeing up there. Okay, I'm up on a ladder. I'll step back and show you where I am in a minute, but that's looking up the ore chute, and you can see it just sort of disappears in the mountain up there and closes off. And that's completely sealed right there. There's nothing you can climb up or anything like that. So, this is as much as I can show you of that. Okay, that's where I was standing when I showed you that perspective up the ore chute. Up there. So, this is a pretty impressive ore chute, I gotta say. Or just be an ore passage. I'll have to have one of the more knowledgeable viewers tell me if this is an ore chute or an ore passage. Regardless of which it is, it's the biggest I've seen of either ore chutes or ore passages. Very, very big. And then of course the adit just terminates right behind it there. So, unless something gets me on the way out, it doesn't seem that we've made any new friends today of the supernatural variety. Okay, so that's where we just were at the ore chute or ore passage, where the conveyor belt starts, and we were coming in. Over on the right was this stuff up here. So just see what's up here real quick. See the size of that ventilation tubing. Massive. Okay, I don't know if that went back at one time, but that is completely filled with dirt and rubble now. Let me try and get a better angle for you guys. Okay, I've got a better vantage point now. And like I said, I don't know if that went back at one time, but that is completely filled in now. I don't know if they just went back a little ways and just stuck a bunch of dirt up there so there's nothing to see, or if that came all the way down from the upper workings. I just don't know, but it is completely filled in, so I'm afraid there's nothing here for us. So I think this is going to wrap up the Horton Mine video. Well, we have bats. That was an extra necessary ingredient for spookiness. Aren't bats always supposed to hang out at haunted houses and that kind of thing? There's the portal. Looks like it's just about dark now. But I am emerging from the Horton Mine unscathed. That is an impressive portal, I have to say. I mean, that's probably 20 feet high. Very large.